joined us today. Would you please stand up? Of course, couldn't be done without the builders here, right? Right? So this is the first of many shows we'd like to produce in the future with your help. It does require fundraising, and we will be having a fundraiser here at this venue for the second production. And if you'd like to be a part of that, please let your agent know. Okay, just reach out, and then you can be part of the next episode. I don't know about you, but I was tearing up. So my name is Robert Sizer. I want to thank everybody for coming today. A heartfelt thank you to our clients and associates and the agents who make all this possible. I'm an associate broker with AARE. I'm a 23-year real estate professional, and I'm a U.S. Coast Guard veteran myself. The reason I chose to join AARE approximately 6 years ago is the reason most of our agents have joined. By recognizing and sharing a united vision inspired and modeled by our amazing leadership. You know who you are. 6 years ago, we had a total of 7 people sitting around a boardroom table, wanting to do more, help more, serve more. Today we have nearly 100 agents and an outstanding support staff doing much more while helping and serving many more. Who would have thought we could grow a team of outstanding, like-minded, ethical agents so rapidly? Andrew Arroyo did. I am honored that he trusted me to join him and to grow this amazing company. The reason I'm talking to you today is I want to put a face to the business of helping people who buy and sell the largest transactions of their lives. They trust us with that. More specifically, I'd like to share a story about a veteran I personally helped to buy and sell his home. The following story is true, and it happened on Veterans Day. On October 12, 2009, my old Coast Guard shipmate and longtime friend Larry Howard said goodbye to this world following a long and noble battle with a rare intestinal cancer. Before he passed, he had 2 requests of me. One, that I speak at his memorial. And 2, was to sell his home for his estate. On the day of Larry's memorial, I honored Larry's life, choking through the tears, deciding some laughter, to the 100 or so family and friends that were gathered at the Carlsbad Church that Larry attended most Sundays. I recounted our 30-year friendship and how we went our separate ways and how we reunited 15 years later. I also spoke about his home, where he frequently hosted family and friends for weekend barbecues, and the emotional story of how it almost didn't come to be. When Larry was ready to buy a home, he asked me for my help. Being a passionate, lifelong surfer, he wanted to be close to the coast. No, he needed to be close to the coast, more specifically, Oceanside, California. So we started off in search, and it didn't take long before we found the place. 3 steps into the home, Larry turned to me and said, "Let's make an offer." So we did, and it was accepted that day. 2 weeks before we were scheduled to close, the seller said they wanted to cancel the transaction. They had changed their minds. They were having seller's remorse. Their own realtor couldn't talk them out of it. So Larry began to lose faith that the home he had fallen in love with wasn't meant to be. There is no way I would allow failure without a battle. I told Larry not to give up, and with a listing agent's approval, went directly to the sellers and effectively persuaded them that this was no longer their home. And we closed 30 days later. A few weeks after Larry passed, his family approached me to consult with him regarding the sale. At which point, I designed an action plan to prepare the home. We were just finishing up some final touches in preparation when the for sale sign came and was planted in his front yard. His mom teared up. It was not only her son's home, it was her home away from home. Excuse me. It was a Tuesday, the day before Veterans Day, and I had just finished editing the photos for the listing when I received a call from a local agent. She said that her clients had seen the sign go up just down from their parents' home, and they had been looking in this neighborhood for a long time. And she said, "Can we get in right away?" I said, "Well, it'll be in the MLS tonight." She said, "Can we see it now?" I said, "The lockbox is on the front door. Go right ahead." That night I got a call from her, and she said, "You'll be getting an offer the very next morning." So the offer came in with a cover letter. And it read, "We, the buyers, absolutely love this home. We understand the seller was a veteran. I want you to know we were vets too. When we walked into the house, we fell automatically in love with it, kind of just like Larry did. And we would be so honored to have our offer considered. You see, we've made several offers in the neighborhood. We're always outbid. More remarkably, their agent was a widow of a veteran who died just a year earlier. She told me she couldn't get any deals accepted in that whole year. So I called Larry's sister, who was handling the estate, and I told her about the offer. But she came down from Orange County, and I put it in the MLS like I'm supposed to do that morning, and my phone started ringing off the hook. This was a great home on Seafire Drive over in Oceanside. I met Larry's sister to show her the letter presented in the offer, and she joyfully and tearfully accepted it on the family's behalf. So I made the call, gave the good news, the great news. This all happened on Veterans Day. Larry and I served together in the Coast Guard. The buyer was a veteran. The buyer's agent was a widow of a veteran. They were using a VA loan. Did the stars align? I think about the way it went down, and I think Larry, and perhaps the help of the divine power, are working together to make this extraordinary happen. Right now, I'd like to just take a moment and acknowledge all veterans in the room. Please do me a favor and stand up. I know I have one at my table. Please stand up. All the veterans in the room, please. I would like to welcome to the stage someone who can speak to the morals, ethics, and values that this agency represents. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my friend, Mindy Landry.